Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Commodity Futures Report for Monday, May 9th, and starting with the US dollar index here. So we're pretty much on track. We've been talking all last week about the third wave and the fourth wave, and then heading up here for the fifth wave. So we should see it at 10,500. We'll take a closer look at the intraday move once it gets there. We're short in the euro at the moment. So we're seeing this stronger dollar. I don't really know if that's affecting the commodity market as such, but certainly we're seeing commodities move lower. So let's make a start on those. Now, we've been looking at the agricultural sector. This is just corn here. I kind of like corn because it's got a reasonably clear wave count. I could look at it, count it a little bit differently, but like this wave one could go over to here, so to speak, but it's such a nice third wave here and so on. So I've pretty much used this count here, and hitting 800 here, we can expect the normal, which will be some sort of corrective move here, and then the first high above the level, and then some sort of maybe 1 and 2 ready to go again to the upside, something of that nature. So we're going to be here for quite some time. We could buy the lows if you wanted to, but we're using this count here of 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 for this market, the DBA Agriculture ETF, as 1 and 2. They pretty much fall on the same dates in most tops and turns, not all of them, but so I'm thinking, if I line it up with corn, we need to put wave 1 here. So we'll just keep an eye on this. It does seem to giving us sort of a little 5 waves down here. We'll just see how that develops. Give it a bit of space. I mean, realistically, it should technically pull back, to the 50-60% retracement level. But as always, we'll just see how we go. If that's 5 waves down, then we'd get 3 back and then another 5, and then end up with 5 waves down, and then an ABC pattern here, and then another 5 down here, and that would be the 1 and 2 at that point. Will that occur? I don't know. We'll just keep a bit of an eye on it. I know this is not going anywhere because of what corn's doing. It's just going to stick to that 800 there. So we're pretty safe at this point in not calling a trade in, and also just chilling until we've got a good grip on this, and this will be the buying opportunity back here. So really nothing to do. I don't want to particularly short this against the trend without enough information, so, but it also looks like it could just sort of move up, because this nice third wave here, we've got a fourth and a fifth, but it's a little bit small and so on. It sort of looks a bit crammed up here for this, and I want, but corn's doing its thing, and obviously corn is corn's in what isn't corn in, rather, is more the question. So, but anyway, I'm just tuning into all of these. I'll have to have a look at some of the other ags. I haven't seen soybeans and that for eons. So gold. So what we've been looking at with gold is a bigger bearish picture. Now, it's possible our original count of wave 1 up here and back for wave 2 here is good, but we would need to push up from that low and not make any more lows. We could have a look at that. But otherwise, my thinking is that we've either got 5 waves down for wave C here, and then we put wave 4 over here, or we look at a triangle place. We have an ABC that comes down, and then a D and an E, an A, B, C, D, E here. But you can see how big these guys are, so it'd still be a fair bit to go over here with all of this as well. So it's just a little bit unfortunate, I mean, yeah, it's just the way it is. I mean, I feel for the gold people and the Bitcoin people, because they're kind of, people are passionate about their gold and about their Bitcoin and so on, and those two are, button heads all the time. I think having a bit of both is, I just take a balanced view, but yeah, so anyway, let's go in and have a look at this. So either 5 waves down here, or 3 waves down. Let's go into the 10k tick here and have a little closer look at that. So just drilling back out here. So we've either got the A wave, the B wave here, or wave 1 and wave 2. That's pretty much it at this point. And then we've been tracking down here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that could actually be the low, and we could go up from there. But that's not what I'm seeing with GDX, which I forgot to bring that up here. So I'm just going to bring that up now. Where's GDX? Further down the food chain. Gold miners, yeah. So with GDX here, what we're seeing here is we're seeing 5 waves in this move here. So if we're getting 5 waves here, then we're going to have a correction, and then going to have another 5, and so on. So, but even, you know, even as an A and a B and a C wave, it's going to bring us back down into the 30 here, which really is not a good looking structure. So we have to look at all of this as the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave down here for this. So that's what's occurring here, and that's what's probably going to occur for gold stocks as well. So having that 5 waves there is pretty clear. So that means we get another 5 over here. We're at the 50-60% retracement level between here and here at the moment. So it's sticking there for a while, but it won't be there for long. Yeah, so that brings to this instance here. We talked about going short this morning, I think, because we do this in the Australian video. So going short below, I mean, we've got little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. It looks like that, but then we've got overlapping wave structures, so you could look at it as corrective. But taking that low out there would be a safe bet to the downside. You could probably even get 5 waves out of this, but that's not what we're seeing on other markets. So we'll just see how this goes. But yeah, if this moves down here, then we'll be looking at down for wave 3, 4, and 5. So bringing it down, obviously, further for this. But this here, you know, this would be, if I just copy that here, this would be down for the triangle pattern as an ABC to that point. But we also need to consider that being wave 3 there as well, with a 4 and a 5 to finish it off. So yeah, just unfortunate, but let's see how this goes. I mean, if it breaks, you know, I mean, basically, if it breaks down through here, then I know that I'm right at that point. Silver will be much the same as well. I mean, it's already moved down a lot. We can also count 5 waves down here, so it's going to come down a little bit further. It's a wave 4 here. It's obviously going to have good support down here as well. So we're going to get a bounce off that, but we're also looking at the triangle pattern here. So it's quite a way off before any buying opportunity comes into silver. But we'll have a look at the intraday on that. This is iron ore here on the intraday, 100 ticks, and I have to say it's looking rather bearish here now. And you know, I was looking at this first move down from the high here as in 3 waves, so it's, you know, to me it's corrective. So it kind of makes all of this corrective, but I'm not sure how to pick this up here. If it takes that low out there, then obviously we're going to be going down further. And as I was sort of thinking, perhaps this is wave 4 over here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for this truncated 5th wave over here, and then down for 1 here. But I can count 5 waves up here. That counts reasonably well, but you know, I don't have a lot of confidence in that. So I'll just see how this goes, see how the 800 goes at this point. Crude oil and the trade in crude oil is going quite well. What we really want to see here is we want to see the market to be, you know, I've got it as wave 1 here and 2 here and 1 here and 2 here. Now I've got it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That could actually pull down a bit further. Let's just check on that a little bit. I don't, you know, if this counts right as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, then it won't really pull back down that far because we're in the third of the third of the third, so it should move off quite strongly. I just want to move that stop out of the way at this point as well. I don't want to get stopped out into this, so we're just going to move that down under here for a moment, and let's see how that goes. But yeah, look, basically this trend channel here of 1 and 2 here, we would need to see this move through that trend channel to confirm that we've got a third wave in play here. So if if this falls asleep here and doesn't do much and all the rest of it, then we know that this is not going to be the case, and it'll be some sort of corrective pattern to the upside, and then we'll have to tighten everything up and protect everything at that stage. But obviously the 11,000 here is, you know, in the old high here, and it should be okay. I mean, it got sold off here. It's already had, you know, the wind taken out of the sails here, and you know, we can see there's been, you know, also here as well, but it's recovered quickly here, so it's looking quite chirpy and all the rest of it. Perhaps we'll get a classic trading levels pattern at the 11,000 where we can look to add, and then we'll also look to add on top of the 11.5. So they will be the two places that we will be looking to add. So we need a classic trading levels pattern here, and then we'll also need one up on the 11,500, which is the medium level, because it's halfway between 10,000 and 13,000. We don't normally really look at 13,000 as a major level in a lot of cases, but when there's a lot of space in the market, I'd prefer to do that. Otherwise it will become the top of group one. But yeah, that's our pathway to the top. So let's see, you know, everything's going okay so far. We bought here and we bought here and here and here, and I still need to leave the stop out of the way. Let's just see how that goes. And copper. Now copper is doing the same as gold and the other, and silver and so on. So I don't know if I should see it as a triangle, all of this is a triangle pattern, or I should see it as basically some sort of big wave B up here, be not this degree, it will be something bigger. And we come down in 5 waves. So we either come down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we come down in 3. So I'm just waiting to see about that. And I think we're on the 100 tick, so we had wave 3, 4 and 5 here. That's pretty much what gold's doing at the moment. So we'll just see how this plays out here. I just want to go, is it really the 100 tick? Have I got something a bit bigger than that? But we'll just check. 5k, is that enough? Okay, so there we go. So we'll just clean this up. That's about the best way forward we're going to get there, and we need to make new lows, so we're going to come down further, and the medium level here will be that. So let's see, we either got wave 3 or we got wave C here. I don't know which is which at this point. It doesn't really matter, we'll see. But yeah, it'll bounce its way down here, and it'll have a bounce, and we'll see on this bounce here if we get an impulse wave or corrective wave at that point, and we'll see if we're going, because if it's wave 3, this will be wave 4, and then we'll go down further at that point. So I think we'll be going down further, because really none of these metals are ready yet. They're all correcting. Nickel here, so we can put nickel's low in here with wave 3 here and wave 4 up here, so we're pulling back to that one. We may end up getting 3 waves here, I'm not that sort of fuss, and then wave 5 to come down here. And there's still a few things here. This spike here, I don't know if I should look at that as wave 1 and 2 here. So there's a few little issues here that will have to be resolved out here, but even so, just, you know, I mean, we just need to allow them to move up there at that point. And we also need to look at this being a wave 3 as well. So yeah, we're just tracking all of these commodities down, except for the gas and the oil at this stage. Uranium's in the same boat as well, so good case here for the A wave, the B wave, and 1 and 2, same as gold, and moving down for 3, 4 and 5. So we've got another good 2 weeks of this coming down at this point. Very much like GDX really. And natural gas. So last time we spoke, we were looking at wave 4 coming into play and wave 5 going up. I'm just on the 100 tick, so I'll just stay here for a moment. But we're at wave 3 here, so I'll just fill in the dots. I'm not sure if that's completed just yet, but we'll be looking for a wave 4 down here. One, two, three, four, 5 to that point. 1, 2. It's 1 and 2. I suppose that's together there. 1, 2, 3. No, it's probably the third wave. It might not be there just yet. I think we've got over here, probably got one more to go down before we get to this point over here. There'll be something like that to get there for the gas. So good time to look at gas stocks. I mean, we've been in Australia, we've been looking at Woodside and Santos. So this would be a good time to purchase those in this swing down at that point. And then we should see a nice run in line with crude to the upside at that point. So this is really just a technical correction at that point. And it's just Ethereum. So yeah, look, that's it for the commodities. I also need to say too, I need to go to the dentist tomorrow at 11:30. So when I do this video tomorrow, it will probably be in my afternoon. So it'll be a little bit later. Okay. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.